Hey guys, welcome to Last Movie Standing. Today I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to be reading some of the comments that y'all leave me. Some good, some bad. Let's get into it. Don't drink and review comments, Brian. All right, this first one from I Love Blue 7920. Eating food at the beginning of a video? Are you joking? What, bro? I was hungry. Really? Did that offend you? Did that bug you that I took a bite of pizza? I'm I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Out of print Blu-rays part 2. This one's from I'm not even going to try to pronounce your thing. No offense, it's not overpriced if somebody is willing to pay for it. That is very true. That is very true. These videos I make of overpriced stuff is not what I feel like they're valued at. As a person who buys every type of physical media, stuff goes in and out of regularly all the time. Unfortunately, that's how the system works. I don't like it either. And I'm not saying it's right or I've ever said it's right. My thing is, this is what the prices are at the time of recording the video, which I think personally is stupid, you know. But I mean, it is what it is. 28 days later, the way better film than you give it credit for. Man, to each his own. Honestly, I have nothing against 28 Days Later. I own it on DVD. Will I ever get it on Blu-ray, or if it comes to 4K? No, I won't. And it's not saying the film is trash. It's just I don't think every film that was great 20 years ago or whenever ages the best. And I don't think, to me personally, that movie has aged best. And that's just my personal opinion. Are you dipping while making the video? Why? You sound terrible. If not, I'm sorry. I'm not dipping during the video, man. And if I sounded terrible in the video, I'm sorry. I don't change anything on my audio, so all my audio sounds the same, or should sound the same in every video. I wasn't eating that day, so I don't take offense to it by any means. I'm just saying I was not dipping at all. But I am drinking Crown and Coke, so if I sound terrible in this, you can just blame it on the Crown. Okay, so on the Terrifier 2 VHS versus 4K, Freddy Krueger 1118 says, I believe it's 2 tapes to keep the picture quality to its highest. I don't know if that's really true. I don't know that much about VHS, but as somebody who does video editing and stuff, with discs, it's about size, quality and size. Like DVDs are only like 5 to 9 or 10 gigabytes, and that's based off size. Doesn't matter the length, size. Tapes are done by length as far as I'm concerned. Like I can have 100 gigabyte file, but the tape is only going to be like 90 minutes, 80, it's usually about 2 hours long. And Terrifier 2 is over 2 hours long. So I don't think it has anything to do with the picture quality, but somebody can let me know if that's the case, because I'm not professional on that. To me, it doesn't make sense for the picture quality part. But you could be right. I just don't know. Reality check, Confessions of a Collector. Christian QU9ML says collecting is an affliction. It really is, bro. It can be. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like you're good, and then sometimes like what I did, I overspent like crazy, and it became an affliction, and I'm working on my addiction. Let's see. How to Save Die Hard. Michael Nilsson 7350 says, I love your passion, but I am burnt out on remakes, reboots, and sequels made from over 20 years ago. I won't be shocked if they did a deep fake of Bruce Willis in the new Die Hard movie. Man, I hope they don't do a deep fake of Bruce Willis, man. That would... And I totally agree. I 110% agree. I am so sick of reboots and remakes and all of that, but I'm in sequels. But I'm also realistic in how Hollywood works. And that's all they're making right now, sadly. So it's going to take a lot of bombs before they start experimenting with new intellectual properties. So this was just my kind of, if they're gonna make it, this is my wish list. But God, I hope they don't deepfake Bruce. That would, don't do that. Okay, how to save Die Hard. I can't pronounce your name, bro. I'm sorry. How about a sequel / spinoff to Back to the Future, focusing on Doc Brown's 2 sons and Marty's uncle who mysteriously is in jail or prison? Honestly, I don't think Back to the Future should be touched in any way. I think as soon as Michael J. Fox, Steven Spielberg, and everybody involved with that dies, I think they're gonna do it. I think they're just gonna remake it for a modern audience. I don't think they're gonna really dig into the spin-offs or anything. I think they're just gonna find a young hot talent, diversify it up, make it for modern times. I think that's what they're gonna do. I hope they never do it. I think I read somewhere Spielberg said they will never redo Back to the Future while he's alive. So, there was a really cool deep fake though on YouTube where somebody took Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. That, I'm not gonna lie, that looked kind of interesting, but I don't know. Terrifier 2 VHS versus 4K. Bended 22 says, I remember VHS well enough to have 0 capital letters nostalgia for it. Digital formats are a blessing for reproduction. When it comes to recording, I prefer movies being shot on film. To each his own, man. Some VHS is not for everybody. It's really not. Like, I know that. I would not recommend VHS to anybody outside of this community. Like, personally, because I know digital is like the forefront of everything, and yes, I do prefer for films being shot on film. Like, there's just something to it, and I totally agree with that. But if you have 0 nostalgia for it, mad respect. But I love VHS. Oh, there's this guy right after, David Mander. Says VHS absolutely sucks. Analog trash. Like I said, man, to each his own. I love VHS. So, Terrifier 2 VHS. E. Prohoda says, how's life? Life's good. I mean, it sucks right now because I can't buy anything, but other than that, I'm good, bro. Thanks. Last Gorgeous? I don't know what that means. How's life last gorgeous? Yeah. Are you saying the last shot was gorgeous? If so, yeah. But I don't know what you mean by last / gorgeous / I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Let's see. Reality Check. Confessions of a Collector. Tony Bondin 817. Thanks for making this video, mate. We've all been there. Stay strong for July. You can do it. I'm trying, Tony. I'm trying, man. I'm like, what's today's date? Today is the 11th. I'm 11 days in. And it's hard, man. It is tough. Believe me, I have FOMO like crazy. How to Save Die Hard. No more remakes or reboots. The series went overboard with making John go to Russia for his son. I totally agree. Die Hard 5 was a complete trash fire piece of shit. I had a whole segment. I cut my video down. I had originally, I think it's an 18-minute video. There's a 22-minute edit where I went really into depth about how much I hated Die Hard 5. But I ended up cutting it out because I felt like I was lingering on it too long, and I kind of wanted to get to the point of why I think they should bring Samuel L. Jackson back, so I cut it out. But yeah, no, I totally agree. That whole going to Russia with the son killed it. Movies Part 2. It's Blu-ray wish list. Wish list. It's Blu-ray. It's Blu-ray wish list. Are you making fun of my list, bro? I got a list. I've always had a list, bro. It's Blu-ray wish list. It's probably how I said it in the video. Blu-ray wish list. Today, I kind of wanted to make I cannot say this word when I'm on camera. It's so weird. Blu-ray. You see, you see. I talk with the lisp, so today I wanted to make a Blu-ray wish list. Finally got that. That's kind of a tongue twister. Like Blu-ray wish, like Blu-ray, like say that 5 times fast. I can't. Blue Blu-ray wish list. Say that 5 times fast. I mean, if you're making fun of my list, it's kind of messed up. But I mean, I've 37 years old. I've been living with it my whole life. So, you know. When the 4th movie is better than the 3rd. No, T3 is actually pretty good and is much better than Salvation. I mean, bro, to each his own. I don't agree with you on that, but I have not seen T3 since it came out in theaters, and I just don't remember it being that good. So maybe on a revisit, I might be like, man, this holds up better. It's a bad movie, but I like Salvation. When it comes to Terminator will never be in my top 10 franchise movies at all anyway. So, and also not liking Batman is just plain crazy talk, LOL. I don't like Batman Begins. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just don't. I think it's not a good movie. Jim Carrey alone and Batman Forever Blues. I don't agree. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a personal thing, man. I like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Nerd Clubs, Mad Max Fury Road is trash. I'm not going to argue that. I mean, it's your opinion. I think Furiosa wasn't that good, but I've only seen it once. I feel like with Furiosa, I could watch it a few more times. I think Mad Max Fury Road is overrated. I'm not going to say it's bad because I like it. I do feel it may be a little overrated. Cruel Intentions, the greatest remake. Okay. Sorry, The Thing is not a remake. It's a retelling of the original story, Who Goes There. It's not a remake of The Thing from Another World. Very different. I was always under the impression it was a remake of that. It's got the same title card. I mean, that could be an homage. It's not a direct. I mean, yeah, obviously they're way different films. The alien the monster alien in the 1950s version is just a dude. You know, he catches on fire and everything, and they completely change it up. It doesn't mean it's not a remake. I mean, I've seen box sets with all 3. You know, so. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just not saying I 100% agree with you at the same time, if that makes sense. But yeah, I would say it's more of an adaptation than a direct remake. But to say it's just has nothing to do with the, I don't know. I always considered it a remake, and that I'm just gonna stand on that hill. I might die on that hill, but I'll stand on it. I think the new Chucky movie was good. The rest is trash. Hey man, we all love like really bad movies. I couldn't get through it. I tried. I thought the trailer looked actually pretty good, but I couldn't do the remake of Chucky. Retro Gaming Loser. Hard to find Blu-rays Part 1. Movie Trading Company isn't a thrift store. LOL. Hold on. What is a thrift store?
Here's the definition of thrift shop. A store selling secondhand clothes and other household goods, typically to raise funds for a charitable institution.
Okay, so thrifting is basically secondhand, except for it benefits a charity or donation. So I'm guessing Goodwill would be more thrifting, and Movie Trading Company would be more secondhand. Half price books would be more secondhand. I get that. I just consider anything used thrifting. I could be wrong. I mean, I feel like that's more of like a technical thing. It's like tomato. But I mean, technically, you're probably right. But if I keep saying thrifting, it's kind of just a natural thing. So I'm sorry if that makes you upset or offends you. Comedies that never came to Blu-ray. Ethan Edwards. I can't imagine anyone wanting any of these in any format. I mean, I made a whole video about how I want them on Blu-ray. and I own these DVDs. So imagine that. I don't know. Movies that have no high definition. Jeffrey Coffey. These films are all crap. They won't. They won't get a Blu-ray release anytime soon. Uh, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, Jeffrey, but I mean, to each his own, bro. To each his own. In defense of True Lies on 4K. Enter the Soundscape says, why are you even reviewing 4Ks? If it's not a bad 4K, then what is it? Seriously, I'm asking. Why am I reviewing 4Ks? Well, I reviewed this 4K specifically because at the time, it was just all negative reviews. Just nothing but negative reviews. It was like the worst 4K ever made. If you see the video, you've seen that. But I had a different opinion when I watched it. I think it's a great 4K. I think it's totally okay and acceptable. But I understand it's highly controversial. So I understand there's two sides to that coin. It's just, I think it's fine. And that's why I made the video of it. If this is not a bad 4K, then what is it? I mean, clearly you think it's a bad 4K. I think it's a pretty good 4K. And that's, that's a tug of war thing. It's a majorly controversial release. And there are going to be both sides to that argument. What is this? When the fifth movie saves the franchise. Mad by DW. A Scream fan, but you don't want to see 5 or 6? Ghost Protocol was just okay. Red flags. Honestly, yeah. I have not seen Scream 5 or 6 still to this day, and I do consider myself a Scream fan. I don't know. I'm scared of what modern filmmaking is doing to these franchises that I grew up with. And the fact, honestly, I didn't see the last couple because I found out that they're bringing people who died back, which I think is stupid. I think the fact that Billy's daughter is the star of one of them, and he was in high school when he died, but he had a kid in high school that we never knew about. It was mysterious. I think that's cheap writing and just, stupid fan service. And I think them teasing Matt Lizard coming back, who also died in the first one, like, I think that's just, I think it's dumb personally, but again, I haven't seen the movies to give it a chance. I'm going to watch them, and if I do like them, I will make a video and be like, you know what, I was wrong. I promise you, I will do that. If I see them and I actually like them, I'll do that. Ghost Protocol was just okay. Yeah, Ghost Protocol was just okay. I'm sorry, I think it's just okay. And then you say these movies are my guilty pleasure. Bro, we all got guilty pleasures, man. I love bad movies. Are movies that are like really bad. Like I do. Like guilty pleasures. Some I don't even consider guilty pleasures. Like you say, but Resident Evil was the 5th. Retribution was the 5th in that franchise. I think most people agree it's the best since the original. I personally don't agree. I don't really like most of the Resident Evils. I think the second one is my favorite one. I think the first one's really good. After that, Extinction and on, like I marathoned them during COVID, and I was like, oh god, they just kept getting worse and worse to me personally. But they kept going, so they do have a fan base. Like I totally get that. In defense of True Lies, Fox Disney shill video. Yeah, okay. Since they're paying me so much money, okay. Hell no, you really need to get your eyes checked. This is, capital is, the worst looking 4K I've ever seen. I'm not going to go through too many comments on these True Lies things because, like I said, that is a majorly controversial release. And it's literally 50-50. Some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. I don't really think there's a middle ground with that movie. And yeah, I do need to get my eyes checked, bro. Like I really do. Like on a personal note, I got vision insurance, and I do need to get my eyes checked, but it has nothing to do with that movie. I like the movie. I like the 4K. I also still own the VHS, so I watch it. So I've seen crappier versions of that movie. It was the Dogma one. Dogma is such a crappy movie. Not as bad as Chasing Amy, but bad. I like Chasing Amy. I do. I think Dogma's better than Chasing Amy. I'll give you that. But I'm a huge Joey Fisher, Joey King, not Joey King. The girl who played Chasing Amy, she's gorgeous. I will watch her in anything, no matter how bad it is. Dazed and Confused, what was it? Biodome. She looked fantastic in Biodome. Mallrats, she looks amazing. You see her naked or topless. John Tucker must die. Nobody buys this shit movie anyways. You misspelled shit, by the way. So who cares if it doesn't work? Well, I mean, one, I care, and two, why are you watching a video about John Tucker if you don't like the movie? You just hate watching it to leave comments? Let's see. Overpriced Part 2. I found Bowfinger and definitely maybe today at FYE. I paid about $17 for both Blu-rays. Dude, congrats. That's really good price. If you can find them used, I think I got both of them for probably about that same price or cheaper than that. I got Bowfinger Blu-ray for like $5.99. I got both of them for $5.99 actually at a movie trading company. Like I said, I don't think they're worth what people are putting on eBay. I'm just saying that's what the prices are, and it kind of blew me away that that's what the prices were for those standard releases. I think it's crazy. So congrats on finding them for that cheap with $17 each. That's like what, 7.5 each or something. Good job. Movies that aren't on high definition. Have you heard of the film Perfect with Jamie Lee Curtis and John Travolta? Yeah, I have. Have I seen it? No, not yet. It doesn't have a standalone Blu-ray, but it comes in a 4-pack that I'm trying to get. It's just I found it at a movie trading company and I didn't grab it for $7.99, but they have one in another store here locally, and I want to go grab it, but it's in like a 4-pack because I want Private Resort on Blu-ray because that doesn't have a Blu-ray either. The one with Johnny Depp from the 80s and what was it called? Perfect is in that. So when I get that set, I will watch Perfect for the first time. But I have seen clips of them like doing their Jamie Lee doing her hip thrust. Yeah, I'm all for seeing that movie. Let's see. Overpriced Part 2. A sold listing for Eddie the Eagle on eBay last month sold for $5 plus shipping. They normally sell for 40 to 60 on average. If you can find it for that much, that's awesome too. I think the eBay prices are just like I said, they're stupid. Like Amazon prices too. People are charging $150 for that movie. No, like yeah, that is a $5.99 blue 4K. I found it for like I think $12.99 originally, but before it got lost in the mail. Even 40 to 60 is still I feel like really high for that movie. But yeah, man, if you found it for $5.99 plus shipping, dude, props. Mad props. I couldn't find it on eBay anywhere near that price or on Amazon. Doomsday, ridiculous film that I'm not super keen to rewatch. It's not for everybody, bro. It's definitely not. Like I said, it's to me it's a fun movie. I remember it in theaters and it's my kind of fun movie. But I've also seen it so many times that I'm trying to avoid rewatching it until the 4K. And then even when the 4K comes out, I'll probably watch it once or twice and put it on the shelf for a couple of years. You know. John Tucker. Found it yesterday for $12.99. We'll see if it works or not. Dude, let me know in the comments. Like, for real, let me know if that works or not. Because I tried 2 different discs. I bought it twice. Well, I bought it, returned it, paid for shipping, got it again from another location, and neither one worked. And then I went to Blu-ray forums, and they just weren't working. So if it works for you, I really hope it does. I hope you didn't pay for it and it doesn't work. That sucks, man. I went through it. Reality check confessions. Always wait for sales unless it's a movie you absolutely know. Unless it's a movie, I'm sure you meant to say, you absolutely know you love to death. Yeah, no, that's what I was doing, bro. I was waiting for sales, and that's what got me was the sales. There are so many sales this month. It's the sales that got me because I wasn't. It's my fault. I wasn't keeping track of my own budget, really. But it was me waiting for the sales. It's just it feels like everything went on sale at the same time, and there are more sales going on. I feel like there's something new on sale every day on Amazon. It's like the summer of physical media sales. It's like fire sales everywhere. I think it's crazy. Everly Kitty Cat Toy says, I honestly needed to hear this. I'm struggling with this exact same thing. It didn't used to be this bad, but the discovery of Whatnot has been a bit out of control in my opinion. Bro, I have not jumped onto Whatnot yet. I just found the app today. I was talking to Jake at Steelbook Obsessed when we did our when I was on his podcast for Boutique Talks, and we were kind of talking off screen, and he was telling me about what's not. And I see Jeff from Filmed at Home always doing stuff on there, but I've never been on it. I downloaded the app ironically earlier today, and I was kind of looking through it, and it's kind of a weird app to like navigate, but I've never messed with what's not yet. I'll probably wait till next month when I have some money again to like see, because there's a couple of VHSs, some hard to find VHSs that I want, but yeah, like it's hard, like my whole thing on this channel is I want to be authentic with you guys. Like if I'm ever not authentic or feels not authentic, like let me know, because I feel like this stuff is not what many people are talking about. It's like it's sales, it's sales, it's sales, spend your money, buy this now. And for some of us, it's like that can really become an issue. And I let it become an issue. And I had to look at the camera and be like, hey, this is a problem I have. Like, stand up and say, hi, my name's Brian, and I'm addicted to buying physical media. Like, I have an issue sometimes, and I let it get the best of me. But this community has been so supportive of that, and I honestly can't thank y'all enough for being supportive and honestly giving me some great suggestions about budgeting, because I'm not good at budgeting. That is a weakness for me, is managing my stuff, and a lot of y'all have given me some really good tips on that, and I really am, like, sincerely, like, thank you. Like, I'm thankful for everything. Man, I'm struggling not like buying anything right now. It's hard. Okay, this is the Terrifier 2. Seems a poor choice to have made the VHS 4x3. I'd rather have it widescreen or letterbox to have the full image than to lose half for the sake of nostalgia. Honestly, bro, on VHS, you're gonna lose half either way. It's the same thing, whether it's the top bars or the side bars. They're the exact same dimensions. You're just losing one thing or another. It's really all it is. And if you watch it, I really feel the VHS was made for not for widescreen TVs. They were made for like CRT square TVs. And if you watch a widescreen one on that, it's gonna shrink the image even smaller than what it is. You're getting the full image, but it's gonna be smaller. So I personally like the 4x3 format, and it's a preference thing. Like, it's totally a preference thing. That's one of the reasons I love VHS, is I like the 4x3 format. I think it just looks good. But there are some where it's like, yes, I love the widescreen one with the bars. Like, give it to me. I want to see the full image. But with this one, I like that they did that, because every other version is the widescreen version, and you can have it. You can have the 4K, the VHS, the DVD, and have it regular. So the fact that they did a VHS with the 4x3, I personally just think it's kind of cool, just to have that other option. But I mean, I totally get it. There are some special edition. I actually personally I avoid special edition VHSs, because I don't want the widescreen bars on my VHSs personally, and I like the nostalgia. Boutique boxes weren't my thing, but then I got the bug. While I'm not getting everything, I prefer the box sets. Can't wait until Masters of the Universe and Mario Bros. From Umbrella. Yeah, man, box sets for me are like new. Like, I'm really recently getting into them. I don't like that I'm getting into them because they are so expensive, but the few that I have, I really like them. And I think I'm getting to that point where I have everything that I want, so it's just upgrading. So, do I want to just upgrade the movie, or do I want to upgrade to a box set package? Because I still believe I don't need the books and all that stuff. Like what just got announced today, the Hitcher 4K from Second Sight, and everybody's so excited about it. I'm like, do I want the 4K standard, or do I want the box set? Because I like the box set, but I like the fact that it comes with the script. Like, I actually like the whole, like, coming with the script, because I'm really into reading scripts. But the whole super, super thick book of just interviews, I'm, like, not into that. But, eh, I'm getting into the box sets, and that's gonna suck on my wallet, too. I hate it, but I'm with you, man. They're nice. And I was gonna get that Masters of the Universe box set, but I feel like a 4K is coming or will come, so I don't want to get that. You know, I don't know. It's weird with the way Blu-rays and 4K, when they release them and when they don't. Okay, this is movies with no high definition. People like myself are fixing broken VHS tapes with Scotch tape if it starts playing again without problems. Everything proven damaged. Blu-ray discs, movies doesn't play all the time like VHS movies do. Yeah, that's one thing. I miss analog stuff. Like, I do. I think VHSs are a lot easier to fix than a scratch disc. Yeah, man, if you're doing that, if you're restorating, like, props to you, man. That's hardcore. I haven't got that. I don't have any, like, really bad VHSs yet for that, but if I ever do, I'll be messaging you for tips for sure. I got the hookup was never added to Blu-ray or streaming when its sequel is all over Tubi. I have seen I Got the Hookup 2 on Tubi, haven't I? Does that not have a Blu-ray yet? That's crazy. Cause what is it? All About the Benjamins with Ice Cube got a Blu-ray. I Got the Hookup would, oh man, that one should get a Blu-ray. No, I got the DVD. That one's not, if it gets a Blu-ray, I'm not gonna rush out to get it, but yeah, the fact that if it's not on streaming either is also crazy. Cause that was a pretty popular, like, movie back in the day. I remember when that came out. Master Pete was big back then, with No Limit and all that. I still expect a review to detail the faults of release rather than only be thankful for a release. That's forum of fanboy's point of view. Do you mean that's a form of a fanboy's point of view? Bro, there are so many other reviews of its faults that me making one positive review about it and really just praising it is one video, opposed to the many that are really going into depth about how much they hate it. So if you want an in-depth review or review to detail about how bad it was, I didn't find anything that bad with it, so I'm not going to talk about anything that bad about it. But that's form of fanboys. I would go back and edit that and put that's a form of fanboys, just so you don't sound dumb or anything. Aren't comments fun, you guys? I wanted to do something a little different for this video and, like, be more interactive with the community like this. I could have done this on a live, but I don't know. I feel like context gets lost sometimes in text. Like, sometimes I can't tell if a comment is genuinely serious or if somebody's just being a smartass. You know, sometimes you can't tell through text. And I don't really get that offended by negative comments because it's just movies, you guys. Like, there's some I didn't read off here. I remember one, I couldn't find it. It was a Prometheus one. Somebody said, like, I can't take you seriously because you like Prometheus. Like, I like Prometheus. I'm sorry. You know, it's just an opinion. But yeah, it's just fun to interact. I try to respond to every comment. I know I can't get to everyone. And if it's like a super negative one, I'm not gonna respond to it. I'll just make these videos and talk about how I feel about them and then try to answer the questions. But I don't want to be mean to anybody in the comments either. You know, it's not really my thing. But this was fun. If y'all are into these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below. If this is like, nah, I'm good, just type it below. Well, let me know. Yeah.